You sold your condo or condo townhouse, and now you got less than 60 days to find your new home. Does this sound familiar? Well, this is the fear that most home owners in Toronto face, the ones that are moving up. What if I told you there's a way to do this and avoid being homeless, broke, or bidding wars? Hey, I'm Kevin Yu, a Toronto real estate expert and host of the Kevin Yu Toronto Real Estate Show that helps condo and condo townhouse owners move up to freehold homes. In today's episode, I'm breaking down the 3 best ways to move up in today's market without losing your mind and with strategies that work in today's market. Here's the pain that most condo and condo townhouse owners feel. They sold their home and they can't find their new one. Or they bought a home, like a freehold, and now they can't sell the condo townhouse or they selling at a very low price that they weren't expecting. And with higher interest rates than they were pre-COVID or during COVID, tariffs, inventory, long days on the market for condos, short days on markets for homes. It's causing a lot of anxiety for homeowners to move up. So let me show you 3 strategies that I use with my clients to help them move up without the unnecessary stress. Strategy 1, you buy first and then sell. But you can only do this with a couple of caveats. If you got a strong down payment and lots of equity in your home and a strong pre-approval, this might be the strategy that works for you. This is when you go shopping first, you find that home that you really want, you're not forced to buy it. It's a home that you really want, make an offer on it, and then you still have to put in a long closing date on that home. Hopefully that works though, because most freehold homes, those sellers have control. So they control when the closing of that home happens. But you happen to be able to negotiate a long close that house. But a lot of times you can't. So this is why this strategy, you have to have lots of equity, strong down payment, and strong pre-approval for this to work. Pro of this strategy is that you get to choose the home that you want. You have control of what your next home looks like without the added pressure of a short closing date. The cons of this is a little bit riskier, and you only do it if you have lots of equity, strong down payment, and strong pre-approval. Because if you don't, then I would not suggest this strategy at all. Strategy 2, you sell first, but with a long closing. I'm talking like 90, 120 days. So you sell your condo or condo townhouse first, and then you just go shopping afterward. After you sold your home firm. Pros of this strategy is that you know how much money you're using to buy your next home. There's no guessing here. You know whatever you sell for, that's essentially what you're going to be using for the purchase. The cons of the strategy is that you need to find your next home within maybe 60, 90, 120 days, which sometimes is not enough time. But if we time it properly, meaning that, let's say you sold your condo townhouse pre-spring market, and then you're searching for your next home in the spring market, there's a lot more choices. I wouldn't suggest the strategy like where you will sell your condo townhouse and you're searching in the summer where inventory is usually a little bit lower then. There's a third strategy that a lot of homeowners are not aware about. This is where you get your condo or condo townhouse ready. You haven't sold it yet, but you start shopping right away. And then if you find your place before your condo sells or condo townhouse sells, then you make a conditional offer based on the sale of your property. This doesn't always work though, because you need a seller that will be open to this. Because we're in Toronto, it doesn't usually happen. But with the market that's happening right now, because it's a balanced market, I actually had this condition put into one of our offers and it worked. But one thing to make the seller want to do this is that the price has to be good that you're offering. Has to be good enough price. Obviously, it's still within what the home is worth, but it's going to be on the top end because you have to essentially fish the seller in and convince them that this is a good deal. You would need a strong listing agent for this and a strong buyer agent, obviously, to negotiate this, but one that be able to market your property properly, stage it, do all the bells and whistles. Because the thing is, you have to attract a buyer. Even given all those strategies, there's still some pro tips I give to all my clients, all the clients that are moving up in Toronto. First, get your pre-approval. We need to know what you're working with, what your budget is, and have realistic numbers. Like, don't obviously overspend either, because you need to leave room and at least have space for life as well. The next tip, you have to know your walkaway price in terms of the selling and the buying, because sometimes it gets very emotional, either selling or buying, and you're making decisions emotionally. Make these decisions on terms of your walkaway price well before you get an offer on your property or make an offer. And you have to work with a team that knows both condos and freehold in different areas of the city, and ones that have a process for this. Like not ones that said they could do it, but ones that actually do this, because it's a big balancing act to get this right. One wrong move and the whole strategy could fall apart. You need someone that has a blueprint for this, that have done this day in and day out, know the timing in terms of how long it takes to get your property on the market, how long it takes to make an offer on places, and what that looks like in the other markets. Because you have to have someone that actually knows those markets, not only knows the markets, but be able to analyze the numbers and give you proper information to make decisions. Because all it takes is a little bit of wrong data. Like, for example, let's say they didn't know the days on market, how long it takes to buy or sell in your neighborhood that you're selling it. That could really affect your deal. Let's say it takes 90 days for a condo to sell in your area. That means that if you're putting an offer on a home with a 60-day close, then your offer rate, the numbers won't work. And the last thing is to be able to market your property properly. That's not just putting on MLS and stuff like that, but stage it well, not just normal staging. You have to essentially, you're not just putting in nice furniture and that's it. You're selling a dream to a buyer. They're buying not just your condo, they're buying the lifestyle. So can't stage a condo or condo townhouse as if it's a Richmond Hill house, or you can't stage it with stuff that doesn't make sense for the demographic that's buying in that area. There's certain demographics that buy in certain areas, and they require certain things. And you need to know those things to be able to attract as many buyers as possible to the table. So if you're thinking about moving or buying or upgrading in the next 6 to 12 months, or even a little bit over a year, you have to start planning today. Give me a call. There's a link below, and we could chat about strategy, timing, and if the market is in your favor right now for this to happen. Thanks again for watching. See you soon.